tiresome. You're right, that was my bad. It was a knee-jerk reaction. I didn't think it through. Luckily, no one Oh, phew.
Since Bodhi and Nitsa and I were on the same page earlier, I think I should share my thoughts with the Rokot members first.
Whoa. Are you serious? I don't know if this counts as gossip, but it's definitely on track to be the juiciest this whole year. Odette? Really? Odette? Oh god, how dumb does this make me look? Lelek has been right under my nose this whole time, and I didn't notice a thing.
Actually, it's exactly what you'd expect. Sometimes, hiding in plain sight is the best strategy.
And now that you mention it, the more I think about it, the more sense it seems to make. It all adds up. What are we up to now? 1, 2, 3, 4... Odette's identities. She's my coworker, specifically a ballerina, and also a Fatous, a member of the Rokot. Now, Lelek. It must be so exhausting. I just want to give her a hug. I guess since I've always known her as a member of the Fatui, it never even crossed my mind that she could be involved with the Rokot, let alone be Lelek. I don't understand. If she's with the Fatui, what reason could she have for being so opposed to Project Stusha?
Probably best if you ask her that in person.
Well, since you waited until now to bring this up instead of announcing it to everyone earlier, does that mean we're all on the same page here? Yeah. Lelek may not follow orders from the Rokot leadership, but as far as I'm concerned, she's never crossed the line. If anything, her actions benefit the poor. We need to confront her face to face.
Do you think she'd really admit to being Lelek?
I don't know. We'll have to see how it goes. For now, we'll work on the assumption that she didn't kill anyone, and see how much she's willing to tell us. Now's her chance. Odette's alone. Let's let's go. Hey, Odette.
What is it, you guys?
Shh, keep your voice down. We need to talk. So, you're Lelek, aren't you? Alright, fine. You don't have to say anything or explain yourself. None of us believes you'd kill innocent people. Whoever murdered those 2 people last night, it wasn't you. Traveler was the first to figure out your identity, but she kept quiet during the discussion just now. Still, it's clear where the group consensus is heading. Everyone believes Lelek is the culprit. If your identity is exposed, you'll be in a really bad spot. We're your colleagues, and we know what kind of person you are. I don't want anything bad to happen to you. So, can you clue us in? Tell us everything. The more we know, the more easily we'll be able to
Alright. Yes, I'm Lelek. And no, I'm not the murderer. And thanks, but I don't need you to cover for me. Actually, I'm planning to reveal my identity.
Huh? You're gonna reveal that you're Lelek? Here?
That's right. I'll admit I was surprised at first when Chuganov guessed that I was here. It was just a lucky guess, but it caught me off guard. But after taking some time to assess the situation and confirm where everyone stands, I don't believe I have anything to worry about.
Are you sure you don't need a second opinion?
Mr. Valeri!
What?!
I don't know what game you're playing, but you've got a lot of...
It's just one identity. So what if it's exposed? I can disappear and adopt a new identity anytime I please. I made my peace with this when I chose to become Lelek. But more importantly, I promise I am not the murderer. So, if anyone still insists that I did this, you'd best produce the otherwise.
Is this... That's confident.
A real no-nonsense attitude. I can see why Marionette said that she's on track to inherit the title of the Fair Lady.
Are you seriously buying this?
I do have one question, Miss Odette. Why have you chosen this moment to come forward?
If I didn't say anything, everyone would be focusing all their efforts on... And that is exactly what the real culprit wants. I don't want to be the scapegoat who lets the murderer get away with this crime.
Despite all the accusations, she made the smart choice. A remarkable display of rational thinking under pressure. Clearly,
She thought so far ahead.
You've convinced... Nevertheless,
I understand.
Mr. Chuganov?
Good work, Lelek Guard Team. And Lelek, too. Here, have some hot water.
Turns out Valeri knew about my exploits, so now I've been told I have to guard Lelek with him.
Shouldn't you be facing my way if you're guarding me? At the moment, it looks more like you're my bodyguards.
If the true culprit is indeed still at large, as you have claimed, we must keep our guard up against them also.
Don't worry, Tonya. We'll get through this. Once the snow stops, the officials will step in. The investigation will get easier, and... But... once the snow stops... You're gonna miss us, huh? Well, some of us work at the theaters, so we'll still be here. I'll even give you a special...
Really, Miss Vodiani?
Aw, you're so cute, Tonya. All right, let's promise.
Don't indulge her, Tonya. You don't have to swear an oath over things like that.
You really do get carried away sometimes, don't you, Miss Vodianitsa?
Hey, mind your own business.
Don't be nervous, Miss Wateramp. Everyone's here. There's nothing to be...
Excuse me? Do I look nervous? Don't be ridiculous.
Not...
Oh. Wait, but how... Okay, plenty of people know that I'm a water imp, but still... How come you understand our
primary mode of expression? I've not come across that concept before.
Well, it's just... We water imps tend to communicate our emotions to each other by singing. The emotions we convey through song take precedence over our facial expressions. So, we think...
I'm impressed.
It's not about... And yet, you're...
It's really not the big deal you're making it out to be. I think I just have a knack for it. Plus, I have a... very close friend who's a water imp. Anyway...
Oh!
Hey.
Heavens! What?
It's getting late.
I suggest that we don't...
Are you saying that you wish to... Then I propose the following arrangement.
An excellent idea. I expect that plan took you...
Actually, that being said, in fact...
I care less about respect. I'm calling dibs.
It's almost time. We should wake Odette. How are you faring? Oh, not going to argue with that.
It's finally time for Odette and I to share the night watch. I should wake her up. I came here to get information from her in the first place. Maybe I should think about what questions I want to ask before she wakes up.
How long are you gonna keep staring at me? Couldn't sleep. My mind's been running Plus, there's something I've been meaning to talk to you about. I had a hunch that you wanted a conversation too. Let's take this chance to clear the air. I just had a simple question for you, really. It's... Rosaline. In her final moments, did she have any... last words, or anything? I see. Well, that was all. No. She was utterly ruthless in pursuing her goals. That kind of person should be hard to miss. And yet, even though I never approved of her methods, and she was an abrasive person, the fact remains that I am indebted to her. Oh, she told you. I guess that makes sense. I think she and Rosaline were on pretty good terms. Yes. Rosaline wasn't the kind to gossip about this sort of thing. When I was a child, I had to join the VII for the sake of my mother and me. I trained under... It was extremely grueling. And it didn't exactly come naturally to me. All I could do was try to ignore the biting cold and practice, practice, practice. I was a newcomer who'd managed to make a good first impression on a harbinger. There was... pressure to live up to her expectations. Every day was a struggle against the cold, pain, and fatigue. And most nights, I struggled to... After enduring all that, I've become almost immune to the sensation of pain. I suppose that was the cost. Surely, any child who had to experience that would grow to hate her lot in life, don't you think? So, I put an equal amount of effort into my ballet. Because in my young mind, that was the only way to It was my way of telling her. The VII's demands and your expectations of me are not what I wish for. One day, I will leave. I think she probably blamed my poor performance and training on my passion for ballet. She knew my heart wasn't in it. One time, when I was secretly practicing a dance at night, she suddenly showed up. I knew she was there to catch me red-handed. I told her, "You don't deserve to watch the dance I learned from my mother." She looked stunned. I guess she was surprised that I lashed out first, before she had the chance. But strangely enough, on that occasion, she wasn't fierce with me like she was during training. Instead, She fell silent after that. She never interfered with my dancing or asked me how it was going. She never came to watch me dance again either. Not even once. She was. But even now, whenever I take out this core Ignis, I can't help but think of that night. Of the look on her face. Sort of. Although gift might be too kind a term. This is her flame sealed within ice. A symbol of her favor, yes. But she knew the location of every piece of core Ignis. If any recipient started acting suspiciously, she'd be on to them immediately. Trust her to make even a... So, when news of Rosaline's death reached Snezhnaya, many people immediately crushed their core Ignis. It gave them a profound sense of relief. Like they'd broke... But I kept mine. With my sensitivity to pain being as dull as it is, the warmth from this core Ignis is one of the few things I can still feel clear. I still wonder, did she really come to stop me that night? I wasn't sure, but I was scared. So I said so. I guess she didn't leave anything behind. Not that I expected her to. It's fine. It's just a bit of a shame that we couldn't settle our differences before the end. She did. Are you sure she was talking about this event? Huh. No, she didn't. I didn't even find out that she'd gone to Mondstadt until a while after she'd left. Wait, in that case... Okay, I will. Thanks for letting me know.
There's something I'm trying to figure out. I'm beginning to suspect that Paimon's mystery illness is being caused by the energy research behind Project Stuja. Paimon's very important to me, so I have to get to the bottom of this. I figured that since you're Lelek, you might...
The ultimate goal of this energy experiment is to create a weapon. The weapon's construction was completed in Nodcry. Now, all that remains is to arm it with a sufficiently powerful energy. Yes. The weapon's development and all the related experiments are overseen by Lord Piero, the Jester. And the lab is located deep within the armory. I'm not sure why this experiment would be making Paimon feel unwell, though. The best way to get to the bottom of it would be to go there in person. Once we get out of here, I'll help you apply for an entry permit. And I'm hardly the organization's proudest member, as you know. You answered my question about Rosaline. I want to do you a...
Huh? What?
You two seem to be hitting it off.
I thought you were sleeping.
Of course I was. In the military, one learns to fall asleep quickly, even in the most inhospitable environments. It's vital to staying alert and...
Even if he was awake, he can't have overheard us.
Well, thank you both for keeping watch. Traveler, I'll take over for now.
Sure. This is our second night here, but at least I found out a little more about Paimon's condition. I hope she's been sleeping well the past couple of days. Huh. Why do I feel like I'm being watched? Seriously? Is this payback for when I stared at her earlier? Never mind. I'd better try and get some sleep myself.
Hey, what are you spacing out for? Are you reaching your limit too?
How long have we been walking for? Do you remember?
Time's lost all meaning. Ever since...
A star key? Or key star? Anyway, the person who named it was swallowed by the black mist.
Whatever it's... But it seems like...
We got ourselves a straggler.
Monsters! Watch out!
Not again! I've lost count of how many times we run into them. Be careful.
Run faster.
Here they come again! Get ready!
You wanna fight? Let's go! Gonna cleave ya!
Fighting frog!
Gotta... What the... What the...
Monsters ahead of us. The black mist behind us. Feels like there's no escape.
Shut up. Run faster.
Learned!
Are you hurt, Coolish?
No. I'm fine.
I get you. In fact...
Yeah. Otherwise, why would it always be out of reach?
We know you mean...
Thank you. You're going to contain...
It's not an illusion. We really are getting closer to the star.
Congratulations. You are the first person to make it here. I'm the star's envoy. The black mist has stopped rising. Its hunger is satisfied for now, having devoured your two companions. This is a good opportunity. I'll let you get some rest before we continue. What do you mean, leave? The star represents the starting point. Congratulations on reaching the starting point. Once you are ready, we will head out and walk upwards. I will be right by your side the whole way. Huh? What's wrong? Hey, don't give up before the journey's even begun.
Is that Vodyanitsa's voice? What happened?
Coolish, wake up! Please wake up!
The situation...
At least there are some elements.
Rampana.
Weren't some of us...
I'm as confused as you are. Certainly nothing unusual happened on my watch.
Likewise, and from what I've observed so far, both Miss Odette and the Traveler can be trusted.
To be honest, I heard the
Then, what could I worked closely...
4 victims in just 2 days, and we still don't have a single lead. I need to get to the bottom of this as soon as possible. And above all, keep Tonya safe. I'd never be a...
Still snowing?
Yes, I just checked. Still no...
So we only have our...
If you ask me, Lelik must...
Here we go.
Listen, she's been
That's a hideous thought. One that...
How?
That's enough! Yesterday, you named Lelik as a suspect but today's victims were just ordinary people.
Who knows? Lelik is...
Everything you said so...
How can you defend her? All so you can get... Don't you...
Sir, but... 4 people turning against one...
Little...
Even if... He's still one of the...
I had no intention of... In any case...
I don't think there's any need...
Did you have an idea?
I've been mulling something out, but then there's the 2 double...
So what do you suggest?
I think this could be a...
Now that you...
Haunted? Yeah,
Well, this has taken an unexpected turn. A haunted theater? If Paimon were here, she'd probably be hiding behind me in fear right now.
Why don't we take this opportunity?
Very well.
I need to think...
Valeri, come take a look at this. You too, Traveler.
Some sort of notebook.
It's the on-duty logbook for the theater. Coolish was the main person to use it. He mostly used it to record any unusual incidents during a show, audience numbers, exit times, and so on. Yes, he'd always have this logbook with him when he checked tickets at the entrance.
This should confirm a lot of key details about the recent show.
Yes. Apparently, we have an extra...
Are we certain that
unlikely. Not to mention that this...
We know...
Unfortunately not. The theater recycles tickets. Once people are in the door, they don't tend to leave until the show ends. So we collect the tickets at the point of entry.
Did an extra person...
Tonya? Did you find anything?
Not yet. Still looking. So...
This looks like somebody's notebook.
Alright.
Huh. This has to be Vodyanitsa's...
Maybe it's a little rude for us to peek at this. I feel like I just read someone's secret diary by accident. It's...
Because her water imp parents belong to the aristocracy, who were driven out of Snezhnaya by the Tsaritsa long ago. It's fine. My fault for not storing it properly. I can't leave things lying around. Alright.
Ah, Traveler. Since you're here, come to...
Alosha found it.
An investigation report, huh? Looks quite old.
The theater manager...
Presumably, Anyway, the...
Leyline prop? It's hard to imagine...
Some of the language my area of research... huh? A piece of paper just fell out from the report. It landed right by your feet. How unnerving. Death is... But if so...
Maybe things...
No, wait a second. The report The question is, what exactly does the note mean by death? If we take all this together, it's not impossible, is it? If anything, it's the natural conclusion.
Oh, I beg to differ. This sounds to me like a product of a researcher's vivid imagination. And perhaps it's because I'm still viewing this through the lens of a typical murder investigation. But still, I'm struggling to be persuaded by your theory. Good. So, that's about everything we've discovered so far. I'll share my theory first. Based on what we've learned from the logbook, I believe the extra person among us is most likely the killer. If the killer had simply bought a ticket, I expect he or she either hid in the theater ahead of time, or found a way to slip past the...
What about the note?
The killer may have simply planted it there as some sort of...
So, it has...
This theory may...
Could it really be that simple?
So, in other words... then let me make one thing...
It's true. Probably... Guess it...
Especially after the unprompted...
I don't believe any of us here knew Shram before all this. If no one can verify Shram's identity... Mr. Shram, did you really go through the ticket inspection to get in here?
Huh? Me? Why am I being singled out, my friend? Do I seem...
It's not that you stand out as suspicious, more that everyone else has been ruled out as trustworthy.
Okay. Well, we spent the best part of 2 days together now, so I'm sure you can all tell what kind of person I am. I'm a true gentleman. I never dream of doing something like sneaking...
Yeah, I have no doubt that you're a good person. But the problem is, none of us here actually know you, so no one can say for sure that you are who you claimed. Although, actually, what was it you said last night? Yeah, you're friends with that water imp, which is why you understand our primary motive. Last time I checked, there were barely any of us remaining in Snezhnaya, since most of the water imps left. Could you tell me? And I suppose it's also kind of a way for...
Good grief. Are you blushing? Pull yourself together, man. Stop giggling like a teenage boy. It's revolting.
Hey, revolting is a little strong. I was just a bodyguard hired by our family. But the stars must have aligned, because sparks began to fly between me and their daughter. No.
We don't need details. Just get...
Okay. I'm just a little hesitant to reveal her name, that's all. You know how it is. These are delicate times, even with me to protect her. If word gets out that she's dating a human, both the Fae and human factions will give her a hard time.
Really? Wait, no. That can't be.
Huh? Shram, what the devil are you talking about?
Why is everyone looking at me like that?
Delicate times? Factions?
Yes? You know, the Civil War?
If I'm not mistaken, the last significant civil war in Snezhnayan history was over 400 years ago, when Her Majesty the Tsaritsa had just taken the throne and was consolidating her reign.
What do you mean, 400?
What's going on here? Is Shram from the past?
All right, Mr. Mitya, you win this round. As far-fetched as it is, it appears that your theory may be correct.
I'm just as amazed as you are. I didn't even believe it myself, to be honest.
Is someone going to explain what's going on here?
From the look on your face, you figured it out too, haven't you, Traveler?
Seems to be the case. Shram's the extra person, but there's no way of learning his identity from this clue. No. The truth lies within... Vodianitsa's private letter touches upon the history of the Water Imp aristocracy's exile. But... the theater's ley lines have been modified to block souls within its grounds from returning to them. Some souls can even wander this place forever. Mr. Shram's statement proves he's from hundreds of years ago. And, according to the investigation report on the theater hauntings, Mr. Shram is very likely a lost soul wandering the... For some unknown reason, the soul that has been wandering the theater due to the leyline issues has joined our group and blended in. Yeah, that must be the immediate reason why the ticket count doesn't match the number of people present. The death of those victims is an irrefutable fact. It is the outcome of whatever's going on here. Whoa. The contents of the investigation report have been verified. There are indeed ley line issues and wandering souls in the theater. Death likely symbolizes the deceased. Mr. Schramm, for instance. Death is near. Huh. That must mean that there's a dead person in our midst.
Yeah, the logic is clear now. The investigation report said that there would be souls stuck wandering around the theater because the ley lines were cut off. Mr. Schramm must be one such soul who died in the theater a long time ago. In which case, that also makes him our extra person. So when the note said death is near, it must have been referring to death as in the deceased, people who died a long time ago.
Someone who died along...
In short, there's a dead person among us. The extra person we've been searching for is a ghost from the past.
You mean I'm a ghost? No. Don't make jokes like that, my man. There must be some mistake. But even if I was dead, I know for a fact I didn't kill anyone these past 2 nights.
Yeah. Even if all that's true, the report also said the souls inside the theater can't affect reality, right? They're harmless.
Then what if the problem isn't the souls at all, but the ley lines themselves? The ley lines have a powerful...
Why does this analogy sound so familiar?
What happens when the black hole can't achieve its goal? I'm only speculating here, but what if it ended up swallowing innocent souls by mistake? Or intentionally taking other souls to...
That could explain why we weren't able to determine a cause of death. If you're right, and their souls were devoured by the ley lines, it does make some sense.
It does seem to explain a lot of the things we couldn't make sense of. Does that mean it's true?
Except there's no concrete evidence. Media is relying on a lot of logical leaps. Still, it seems like the best explanation we have under the circumstances.
Alright, so how could Schramm not know that he's dead? Seems a little unlikely that he hasn't noticed anything unusual even after several days interacting with us.
On the contrary, it's perfectly normal for a soul to wander the theater for centuries without questioning their existence or reason for being there. It's simply what's natural for them.
You know what, Mr. Brainiac? I think you might actually be right after all. I'm trying to remember and... even though my head feels like it's going to explode, I think... it's all coming back to me. I was the one who didn't want to remember my own death, so I forced myself to forget.
Well, I'm sure those are painful memories.
My lady and I snuck out to go on a date one day. We bought tickets for the theater. It wasn't really my thing, but I was just happy to be together. All of a sudden, a group of people burst into the theater, shouting for all the water imps to get out, performers and audience members included. It was clear the conflict between humans and Fae had reached a boiling point. This time, the extremists were even coming after the water imps who had nothing to do with the war. I thought I could pull one over on them, so I took off my jacket, draped it over my lady, and tried to sneak out amid the chaos. But I got caught. They started shouting, calling me a traitor to humanity. But I was going to do whatever it took to buy our chance to escape, no matter how many people stood in my way. I had to, both as their bodyguard and out of love.
It's all right, friend. You can stop there if you want. You don't need to dig all that up again.
It's just... even now, I'm still struggling to accept the truth. If I'd known I was a dead man walking, I wouldn't have dragged you down with me. If I'm the cause of all this death, then punish me however you...
But...
No.
Mr. Schramm, I'm sure we can figure out a different court.
My good sir, we both know I'm not supposed to be here.
No, I'm speaking on a
Let it go, man.
Ozarova. Oh, Auntie Ozarova. That's what we all called her. I remember her as a very kind elder. She had a bunch of kids, too.
I'm so glad she survived. And she had lots of kids? Good. As long as she went on to be happy. There's no need to see me...
Take care, my man.
I knew Mr. Schramm was already dead, but... I still...
Death is cruel, no matter how we might try to make sense of it.
So, was the conflict between Fae and humans really that bad back then? I was only little, even the historical records about that time period don't say much about it. All people know is that...
It seems to me like the Tsaritsa chose to make herself the enemy. She down... That's also why, despite how...
So, the Tsaritsa banished the Fae to protect the Fae living in the city? She offered herself up to be hated in exchange for peace.
Maybe it's not...
All this time, I had no idea.
All right. If Mitia's theory is correct, then I think we can consider this matter settled. Let's all take a break.
Ugh, if only this blasted storm wasn't still raging on.
Looks like now we can just rest until the snowstorm stops. I still can't believe Shram turned out to be a ghost who'd been in the theater for hundreds of years. To think he was dead this whole time. What a strange turn of events.
Knock, knock.
Hmm?
Knock, knock.
You know the door isn't closed, right? You don't have to knock.
Think of it as a signal then. When I'm entering someone else's room and I knock, I'm here as Odette. If I don't knock, it's Lelik. Thanks.
So, why did you come to find me? Is there something I can help with?
Vodyanitsa said you knew about my secret identity from the start. But when everyone was discussing who Lelik could be, you were worried that revealing what you knew would be unfair to me, so you kept it to yourself, right? Yes, I'm extremely grateful for that.
It's nothing. I mean, you didn't hold what happened to the Senora against me, so I should thank you for that as well.
Actually, there's something else as well. I found myself in a situation similar to the one you were in, so I thought I'd come and ask you for advice. It's about Mitia. Before all of this, the last time I saw him, he was dead. As I'm sure you know, my goal as Lelik was to stop Project Stuja. Well, when I found out the tech lead for the experiment behind Project Stuja was Mitia, I immediately started planning to track him down and threaten him to back out. I often saw him around the theater, but I soon concluded that making my move there would risk exposing my identity, so I decided to infiltrate the Armory Palace and go directly to his lab. That way, the threat would be much more effective. Well, I suppose there was a bit of luck involved, but I am a Fatus, so I already had some familiar. But when I finally made it to his lab, Mitia seemed to be dead. I checked his breathing and his pulse. He had no vitals. I thought maybe another anti-Project Stuja activist had beaten me to it, and chosen a much more brutal method.
That's why you were so on guard around Mitia that first night here.
Yes. When I saw him sitting in the audience during the performance, I could barely contain the shock. To me, it was a miracle. Somehow, he'd come back from the dead. But then, the murders started happening, that is, until Mitya himself said there must be a dead person among us. Then, I couldn't ignore it any longer.
And yet, you thought that bringing it up right away would single Mitya out. Just like when everyone was suspecting Lelek.
Exactly. Besides...
But now it seems like there's another candidate. I understand.
So, what do you...
Let me confirm one thing first. When was it that you found...
Around a week ago. Sometime in the afternoon.
A week ago? That's earlier than I thought. I saw him just a few days ago at a restaurant. That definitely would have... He seemed completely normal to me. Chatting with Vojenitsa, trying to avoid Valeri.
So he was definitely alive on that day. Huh. Well...
Here's a thought, but Mitya's death happened inside the Armory Palace. The ley line issue affecting the theater...
You're right. I guess he
I think the chances...
Unless what?
Unless he really did come back from the dead.
You're right. Do you think we need...
Huh, what's this? A private meet and greet? Where do I line up?
That's not what's going on here.
Well, I was just making the rounds. Thought I'd try to lighten the mood a bit. Vodyanitsa's handing out food if you're hungry.
What is going on with this storm? Could it be connected to that monster?
I almost hope it is. Her Majesty the Tsaritsa.
Do you think...
Death itself is cold, isn't it?
Well, thinking back on it, once we get out of...
Are you okay? Here, take this. I've never used it.
Look who's Mr. Nice Guy all of a sudden. Is it because Tonya stood up for you this morning?
Yeah, without Tonya.
I told...
Little girl?
Oh,
I've been so kind to... Especially when she... All right. Are you taking anything for...
Yeah. I'll be fine once I see my brother.
I see.
We should probably discuss arrangements for tonight. However, out of an...
Shouldn't we...
No need.
What a long day. This whole situation, but Blair...
She's awake. She's awake! Get over here, you big...
If you must call me something, call me Mr. Door. The Black Mist is coming. You need to go.
Are you all right? He just seemed to come out... Curses! The Black Mist is catching up to us. We need to keep... Mr. Door, I don't believe I've ever seen you around here before. Why is that?
There's no need to try to get to know me. I'm just Mr. Door.
Mr. Door! Monster!
Looking for trouble.
Get rid of them!
I can just push these ones off.
Oh, well, anyway, we're lucky to have you here. Thanks for saving us earlier.
No need to thank me. This is where my duty lies.
So we're doing this the hard way.
Firestorm! Condense!
Oh, remarkable work, Mr. Door. If I had your muscles, I'd do the same. Are none of these doors the one you're looking for?
No.
Cryostorm! Fighting frog!
Come no closer.
Goodness!
Impossible.
I'm so exhausted. Wait, look! There's more monsters down there. Are they coming from within the black mist? No, no! They're gaining on us! Quick, keep going! Mr. Door, what are you doing? We need to get out of here. They're coming!
Found it. This is my door.
What? You mean...
I am a door. This is where my duty lies.
No! You saved us. We can't leave you behind.
You must keep going. A door can only keep things out for so long. You must make haste.
But... Oh, you're right. Let's go. The black mist isn't moving anymore. Looks like both the monsters and Mr. Door. I didn't just... Surely I wasn't so scared out of my mind that I hallucinated a door as a human being. Oh, okay, good. Getting sleep?
What time is it? Is it morning? I think I had a nightmare. Oh, I guess everyone's still asleep. These past 2 days have been exhausting. Valeri's keeping watch though, so he's probably the only one awake. Valeri? Wake up! Everyone needs to wake up!
Just like the last 2 nights. No clear cause of death. I've been a real thorn in your side, haven't I, Mr. But for me?
How's...
I just checked on her, and it doesn't seem like anything serious.
That means Valeri was the...
If Valeri was a...
This is...
Actually, one thing...
But Mr. Schramm was already deceased to start with. After the deceased Schramm left, there was one less victim last night. It's a reasonable conclusion. Oh. The number of people who die each night is equivalent to the number of dead among us. That's your—
Exactly. We identified Mr. Schramm, and the night after he left, the death toll dropped from 2 to 1. By that logic, there must be one more dead person left among us.
Another one? But There was only one person unaccounted for in the ticket checks, right? The head
Having an extra person was definitely a cause for alarm, but being one person short isn't nearly as unusual. Someone could have left in the middle of the show, or made it out before the storm hit.
One more dead person among us. If Nitya's theory is right, then what Odette told me seems a lot more relevant. It's just, at the time, we had no reason to think there was more than one dead person. If only we'd taken it more seriously as a possibility, maybe this could have been avoided.
I'm sorry. This is my fault. I had information that could have been helpful, but I held back. I should have brought it up right away.
I'm partly to blame as well. I was too quick to dismiss Odette's concerns.
What is this about? What have you two been getting up to behind my back?
Sounds like there's some big news you've been keeping from the rest of us. Well, we're all ears. I'm the dead person? Wow, that's certainly news to me.
Odette and I talked about it yesterday, but we thought it just wasn't possible, so we left it at that.
Yeah, I don't blame you. If I'd been there, I probably would have reached the same conclusion. It just sounds too unbelievable. Let me just try and verify this. I just scoured my memories trying to think back to the afternoon Miss Odette mentioned. But I honestly have no recollection of dying. That's where I'm different than Mr. Schramm.
Having seen Mr. Mitya a few days ago myself, I also find it hard to believe he could be the other dead person among us.
Well, if it isn't Mitya, then who? Do we vote on it?
If you don't mind me asking, Traveler, I believe you mentioned that you know Tonya's brother. Had you ever met her before all this?
No, never. Wait, are you saying...
Now just 1 minute. I know where this is going. You can't just randomly point a finger at anyone you want. You're in the hot seat, and all of a sudden you want to divert our suspicions onto somebody else?
Trying to pick a fight, Mr. Chuganov? Whenever you open your mouth, all you do is attack people, and I've had enough of it. If you don't want to engage in a civil discussion, you can shut up.
You little brat!
Did Mitya ask about Tonya because he suspects her? I suppose I only identified her by age and nothing else. Could that mean...
I'm just saying, you're going around casting suspicion on people for no reason. How could Tonya be dead? I can vouch for her, if nothing else. I've seen her before. She's the sister of that Harbinger, isn't she? The one called Child.
Oh, really? You're telling the truth?
Since being here, I don't think I ever mentioned she was Child's sister specifically. Does Chuganov actually know her?
If Chuganov can vouch for her, then it can't be Tonya either. In which case, it seems unlikely that there's another dead person among us at all. Miss Odette, could you go over that afternoon with me one more time, when you found me dead?
No problem.
No matter how hard I try, I just can't remember anything about dying. But I do remember something else. Miss Vojanitsa, during our last meal together, I told you how some of the researchers were suffering from temporary memory loss. Do you remember that?
Oh, yeah. You said it was hindering the progress of your experiments. You thought they were just under too much stress or something.
Right. And even though I don't remember dying that day, I'm pretty sure I experienced something like amnesia. Some of my memories from that afternoon are missing.
Are you suggesting you're missing the memory of your...
Of course. How am I only just realizing this? humans aren't necessarily aware of their own death.
You mean being silently assassinated, or dying in your sleep? Situations like that?
The researcher's amnesia. Suddenly it all makes sense. I must thank you, Odette. I think your perspective just helped me reach a breakthrough on a series of issues that have been troubling me for quite some time. All right. It's decided then. I'll be the one to leave today.
Oh, leave? Hey, wait a minute. Aren't you rushing into this? What if you're wrong? You'll pay with your life.
Come on, kid. Aren't you gonna fight for your life? This seems like a rash decision.
I have other reasons beyond what's been discussed. In fact, thinking back, I remember during Miss Odette's performance, while I was sitting in the audience stalls, a brilliant new idea for my research popped into my mind. But then, my train of thought suddenly cut off. I can't remember it now at all, and I didn't take any notes. I guess that must be another instance of temporary amnesia.
No. Hold on. I see where you're going with this. You're suggesting that each instance of temporary amnesia is a death, right? There's a glaringly obvious flaw in that idea, no? How can one person die so many times?
I believe Miss Odette's account. During the period where my memory is blank, I must have been either dead or in a similar state. All it would take is for the same thing to happen in the theater, and I would come under the effect of the ley lines in this vicinity. This increases the likelihood of me being the deceased, does it not?
But...
There's no evidence to suggest that anyone other than me is a candidate for the deceased. So allow me, as a scientist, to treat this as an experiment. Please relax, everyone. I don't think things are as bad as they may seem. If I really am the deceased, then to leave the theater will be a relief for me. If, on the other hand, I'm still alive right now, well, apparently you've all witnessed my resurrection recently anyway. Who's to say I won't return from the dead again this time?
Mitya's right. This is the only thing we can try right now. I think he's deliberately downplaying the gravity of the situation, though. He probably doesn't want to burden everyone.
What is a scientist if not someone who gambles on experiment after experiment in an attempt to obtain the truth? With this snowstorm, the ley line phenomenon, ghosts of the dead, and my amnesia, we've been paralyzed by not knowing and powerless to do anything about it. It's a terrible feeling. But if I do get resurrected, you can be sure that I'll come back with the truth of all this. Just you wait.
Poor Mr. Mitya. I didn't even get to see him one last time.
Maybe it's a good thing that you weren't there to see it. It was a hard thing to watch.
I hate goodbyes. Why does it feel like everyone around me is slowly disappearing? Not just in here, I mean. In the outside world, too.
Maybe it's the realization that, at the end of life, everyone has to sit alone. Come to think of it, the main reason we're still alive right now is pure luck. Each morning here, for every one of us, there's the chance that we might not wake up. You could take it a step further and say that the same is true outside, too. Who can never be 100% sure when they drift off to sleep that they'll open their eyes again in the morning? If I make it out of here, I'm going to cherish every moment that I'm awake and live without any regrets.
Without regrets? I feel like a strange sense of anxiety has been quietly growing inside me over the last 2 days.
Are you okay? You look really glum.
If something's bugging you, let's talk about it. There's only a few of us left here now. After everything we've been through, what's the point in keeping things bottled up?
I have a travel companion named Paimon. Alosha and Odette have met her before. She's been feeling unwell recently.
You're worried about her, aren't you? That makes sense. We've been trapped in here for days.
To be honest, I used to feel like I was just a spectator in this world, watching everything that happens from the sidelines. Maybe it's because I'm a descender?
A descender?
But with Paimon by my side, over time, I slowly felt my connection to this world growing stronger. She loves eating, sleeping, and having fun, but she's also a great guide. It's her authenticity that makes this whole world feel more real for me. Over the last few days that we've been apart, I've often caught myself wondering, what would Paimon say if she were here right now? But by the time I snap out of it, the conversation has already moved on and I'm still in my own little world. I'm trying to overcome this sense of detachment, but I really miss Paimon. I guess, in a way, she means the whole world to me.
I bet she misses you when you're not there as well. Maybe you're her entire world too.
I don't know if this will make you feel any better, but back when the water imps left Snezhnograd in droves, I also felt like the whole world was suddenly empty. I could be surrounded by people all smiling and having fun, and still feel completely separate from it. So, I totally understand how you feel. Later on, I started to think, maybe accepting the fact that our loved ones won't always be with us is something that takes a lifetime. All we can do is cherish their companionship from moment to moment. So, once we get out of here, you better hurry back to our side as fast as you can. You can't let your story end in regret. That's the trope I hate the most.
Thank you. That's exactly what I needed to hear.
But Vodyanitsa, if you hate goodbyes too, why didn't you leave with your people?
That's just the choice I made. I used to regret it, but I don't anymore. Like I said before, singing is a water imp's primary mode of expression. It's how we convey our emotions. Our songs have echoed through this theater for hundreds of years, each one a story pieced together through moments of joy and sorrow. But does a story exist without someone to read it? To me, the answer is no. So I made the choice to stay. That way, there would still be someone left to sing these songs and listen to their stories. Otherwise, they could have been lost forever.
Could you teach me how to understand your people's songs sometime? I want to be able to truly hear them, like Mr. Shram.
A fan after my own heart. Thank you, Tonya. How about I sing something for you, and you tell me what you hear?
Okay, I'll do my best. I've never heard that one before. I feel like I can hear a sense of longing somehow. I wonder why that is.
Color me impressed, Tonya. You're a keen listener. Most people can only tell if a song is happy or sad. I didn't think you'd be able to pick up on such specific details.
So, what's the song about then? Come on, tell me!
I've actually never performed this song in the theater before, because it has more of a ceremonial purpose for our people. It's not meant for the stage. It means something like, May those we have lost watch over us, and follow this song back home in the night, so that we might be reunited once more.
No wonder I could hear that sense of longing. You sing it for loved ones who have passed away. I hope it reaches them.
It's getting late, Tonya, and you're not well. We should all turn in early. I suppose there's no reason to keep watch tonight.
Okay. But, before I go to bed, could you sing that song a couple more times for me, Vodianitsa?
Of course. Anything for my #1 fan.
Once I get out of here, I definitely don't plan on ever coming back. But I guess that means I'll never get to hear Vodianitsa sing again. That's a sad thought. Before I fall asleep, I should cherish this moment of Where am I? It's so dark in here, and I feel kind of dizzy. Am I alone? What was that noise?
Return, O spirits. Fulfill your oath of protection.
I'm...
No time for questions. Quick, over here. Turn on the switch. We need to bring back the light. All right, we're safe. The spirit just now is called Night Prayer. The light subdues her, but she'll attack without a second thought in the dark. Sort of. I know it's hard, but you can't let this place go dark, or she'll kill you again. Yep. Luckily, I was here to resurrect you. Otherwise, that'd have been a real bummer.
A bit more than a bummer, I'd say.
Sure I do. I'm your guardian spirit after. I specialize in soul recall. Oh, alright. We need to reach the next switch before the place gets too dark. If we bring the light back, Night Prayer won't be able to get to us. Sweet, sweet light! It's back! Now that's a sight for sore eyes. Shh! It's Night Prayer. We need to move quick, but don't let her notice you. Look out! The next switch is over there. Night Prayer is here too. This can't be the only path. Let's head up there and take a look. The switch is just up ahead. Hurry! It's too dark. We're not gonna make it. Come on, faster! Traveler! I won't let you die like this. Not on my watch.
Even though it's not permanent, dying is definitely...
Great.
Yeah.
Time for you to get out of here.
What about you? You're not coming with me?
I can't. I've already been used up. A guardian spirit's skills are finite. I can only resurrect someone's soul. I might not look any different, but my essence has been exhausted. I can go no further.
Why didn't you tell me sooner?
Because it wouldn't have changed anything. That knowledge would have just burdened you. Go. Now, before it's...
What do you need, sir?
Well, I guess there's no need to inspect the body.
This wasn't supposed...
Take a long... I suspected you... And you, little hunter.
Now you're just Where was all this
Is that a...
After all the Valeria and Nietzsche aren't here anymore. Someone else, but first... They're dead, yes, but the deceased should be a spirit who has been wandering the theater since long ago. Of those who remain, the only person we've never met before is Tonya. People are easily misled by first impressions. Now that I think about it, Child's sister was in fact a label but Mr. Chuganov vouched for Tonya's identity yesterday, with basically no... Tonya, how's Tusser been lately?
Tusser?
Your brother Ajax must have mentioned me in his letters home, right? Did he say anything about a blonde traveler?
No. And my brother's name is Razik, not Ajax.
Oh.
Chuganov, looks like it's your turn to do some explaining. Yesterday you said you could vouch for Tonya.
I knew you were behind this, Chuganov. You've been everything about that night, but thinking back...
Even that was a lie? But...
Curses! Oh, why is there no end to this blasted snow?
The reason I'm always coughing is because it's not a very... After a while, so one day, he agreed. He snuck... We got to the theater.
Oh.
When I woke up, but there's no way...
Tonya.
Yeah, I know. I understand now. Dead, aren't I? After all of that. I'm sorry, everyone. I realized this much too late.
Your name probably isn't even Tonya, is it? Didn't that ever strike you as...
Well, when I was little, my brother and I read when we escaped from the hospital. So when you first... I thought he must have chosen a fake name that only the two of...
At least your now it's your...
Yes. The truth of the matter is, I lost them. A long time ago. My daughter's name was Iskra. And before you ask, yes, she after Iskra passed. One day when I soon discovered that
Nothing more than a... So explain your...
the night before last, combined with the snow coffee, but the year, that was the So, poor Miss Tonya, therefore, had to have been from an era when snow cough was still a terminal illness.
So, you projected your daughter onto her? Even though you knew she was one of the dead?
That doesn't make any sense.
How can you just declare Nitia's gone? The others, I just want her to... I'll be damned. Not again!
Mr. Chuganov, by the sounds of it, I'm not happy.
No!
Well, despite all since the day, I'm very... And that's why I'm not fond of you at all, Mr. Chu... It's them that you... Well then... I suppose...
You're leaving already? It's still early.
My name is... But feels strange that we're only being
Tashka?
What are you doing, Tuganov? Are you crazy?
Let me leave. I can't...
In your dreams, the Fatui have home... I think we should leave. I doubt this snowstorm is ever going to stop. For all we know, this storm might have destroyed all of Snezhnaya by now.
Wait.
Fair enough.
And yet you won't let me...
Hey, Chugan...
Is this really the time? All right,
Am I hearing things? There it is again. But I don't understand. The snowstorm hasn't stopped, has it?
Should we open the...
If the last few days are anything to go... Whatever left...
How are you doing? Feeling...
Much better, thanks. Whew, it is so good to have you guys here. I was a little worried. Let me see. Tonya and Vodyanitsa died last night. And then you discovered that Tonya was...
Not Tonya.
First, tell us how you made it back here.
You're right. The thing that got me back safely was... a song. I heard someone singing. After walking into the snowstorm, my mind grew hazy. I don't know how long I walked through the storm before my mind completely slipped away. Then, suddenly, I heard the sound of singing. The voice instantly brought me back to my senses, and I regained consciousness. So I followed the voice, searching for the source of the singing. I searched and searched, until finally, just a few moments ago, there was the entrance to the...
I've actually never performed this song in the theater before, because it has more of a ceremonial purpose for our people. It's not meant for the... It means something like, may those we have lost watch over us, and follow this song back home in the night, so that we might be reunited.
That must have been Vodyanitsa's requiem. Who knew it actually worked?
That song is meant to guide the souls of the dead.
Huh. No kidding. Seemed like I guess when I first stepped out of... I remember the outside world being completely different than what I'd expected. It was like... this was a world where only the snowstorm exists. I don't know how else to describe it, except to... And as for the requiem, but I didn't experience...
You don't seem any different to me, either. In fact, both Shram and...
This raises a truly terrible thought. Is that really what Mitya is suggesting? Mitya's soul was summoned back by the Requiem, confirming that he is indeed already dead. And yet, He looks Of course. If even the long deceased like Mr. Schramm can blend in with us undetected, then maybe we've all been dead from the very start. And all of us are now souls wandering the theater.
Yes. I think that this is probably...
What did you say?
You heard me. We died in the theater. All of us did. But due to an obstruction in the theater's ley lines, our souls are trapped here. While an endless, infinite snow... It's ironic, really. All that time, we were working so hard to figure out who the deceased among us were, when the truth was, we were all deceased. Do you remember that note, "Death is near"? Seems like death was nearer than we wanted to think all along. The note simply meant that all of us were already dead.
So all our attempts to survive, our search for the deceased...
Hard to say. At the presence of those...
If what yours... no one...
That's further proof that...
Am I... No. That's
I still find it hard to believe that...
Exactly. It's hard to rest in peace when you don't even know how you died. It gave me lots to think about as I strode out. I racked my brain... Wait. Hold on. Right before I lost consciousness, I think I saw some... I can't remember. And I think I lost my notebook.
Mitya, your hand.
Huh? You're right. There's blood on the fingertips of my right hand. Looks like it's already dried. When did that happen? What the... I guess... this was what I saw. I must have desperately drawn it in my own blood right before losing consciousness. What's wrong? Do you recognize...
It's... Renova. The ruler of death.
Huh?
Alosha, do you still remember that Snezhnayan folktale you told me about? It was about the Grim Reaper. When someone's about to die, he appears as an incarnation of someone familiar to guide their soul into the afterlife. And as soon as you recognize his face, your life is over.
I heard a similar tale when I was little. You think the Grim Reaper in this story refers to the ruler of death you mentioned?
That's right. In which case, death is near could also mean that the Grim...
Death, the deceased... When I first saw this note, I thought it...
So, the Grim...
By that logic, the one person most likely to be the Grim Reaper incarnate is... Identifying the Grim Reaper is a major decision to make. I should think it... Identifying the Grim Reaper... The Reaper is right here. Identifying the Grim Reaper is a No doubt about it. Looking back at how everyone has acted over the past few days, Alosha is most likely the Grim Reaper lurking among us. Is it you, Alosha? You were the first to discover the investigation report, and you had plenty of time to slip the note inside to...
So? Surely, what if someone else found the investigation report first, slipped the note inside, and then put it back without telling anyone?
There's no denying it. The note could easily have been slipped in much earlier than it was discovered.
That's not all. I've also noticed that, although on the surface, Valeri, Mitya, and sometimes I were the ones taking charge of the situation, looking back now, even though you didn't say much, you were always subtly guiding everyone from the sidelines.
What do you mean?
You were the one who emphasized how dangerous it was outside and insisted we all stay here. It was also you who suggested that we all sleep in the same place. And earlier today, you tried to convince Ptashka to stay. I don't understand why, but it was out of character.
So, you didn't understand my intentions, and now you're assuming the worst. Seems pretty unreasonable if you ask me.
He still won't admit it? Fine.
The biggest question I have right now is, if the Grim Reaper is impersonating Alosha, then where's the real Alosha?
No. No. That's right. This was the moment. Right at the start, before any victims had even emerged, Alosha was switched with the Ruler of Death while everyone's guard was... When all this began, right after the performance ended and the snowstorm began to pick up, no one suspected anything unusual. We just assumed. It wasn't until we discovered the bodies the morning after that we realized something out of the ordinary was going on. But it's clear now that the oddities actually started earlier than that, when Dimov walked into the snowstorm and never came back.
Right. So Mr. Dimov was the first victim, not Sobolova and Torgov.
And if we pinpoint that moment as the beginning of this incident, then one thing becomes clear, Alosha. You are the only person who walked into the snowstorm and came back without the help of Vojanitsa's Requiem.
More precisely, Alosha never came back at all. The one who came back?
Not bad. Well, since you've backed me into a corner, I suppose there's no point in keeping up the act anymore.
Alosha?
You're the Grim Reaper?
I am no such tired cliché. Mortals should address me as the Ruler of Death. Before being wiped out for good, you identified the two deceased, and even sensed my presence. A commendable achievement. Far beyond what I expected.
I heard you can ferry souls. Those deaths each night. Were they your doing?
Your initial conclusion was correct. Due to the existence of the two deceased, the ley lines yearned to reclaim those long-lost souls. Every night they devoured an equal number of souls to fill the void. This required no intervention from me. Though, of course, ferrying souls isn't deep here. Take a look.
What are you doing?
That takes care of today's two. Don't get so worked up. You are already dead, and your souls must return to the ley lines.
I know we're already dead. You murdered us, didn't you?
Murdered? No. Murder is when mortals usurp my authority. Death is my jurisdiction. If I require someone to die, I need not resort to such laborious methods as murder. You simply met the criteria to trigger my curse of death.
I know about the curse of immortality. So there's another death-related curse too? You cursed us? When? And why would you do such a thing?
So often, humans pray to me, begging to know when their death will come, and what form it will take. But few people ask why. If you must have an answer, know that death comes simply because one's time has come.
So you're not gonna tell us the truth?
Hold your tongue. By all rights, you shouldn't even be allowed to speak with me. Those angels from the past are to blame for the reckless renovation of the ley lines here. It's made my work on this occasion infuriatingly complicated.
Work? So trapping us here, making us watch our friends die, that's just another day at work for you?
You clearly have a lot of questions. Fine. As a reward for your remarkable accomplishments over the past few days, after the physical body dies, the soul must return to the ley lines for that person's death. My work encompasses the entire process of death, including, naturally, the guiding of souls into the ley lines. You must also be rather familiar with Natlan's Night Kingdom, I presume? It was I who supported the creation of the Night Kingdom. It provided a convenient means of guiding the souls of Natlan. Here, too, the ley lines connected to the theater underwent some modifications. The angels hoped to make them capable of accommodating the souls of some, but this actually hindered their ability to accept ordinary souls. This effect manifested itself after you died from the curse in the theater, leaving you stranded in the afterlife, unable to achieve a complete death. But if souls who die from the curse of death fail to return to the ley lines within a short window of time, they will miss their chance for good. Then, they will remain forever suspended between life and death, no longer subject to the authority.
So if you don't resolve this matter soon, and see all our souls return to the ley lines before long, we'll escape your control.
Nitya is sharp. This must be what Renova was worried might happen, and the reason she got involved to begin with. But if you have the authority to guide souls, why didn't you just show yourself and get it over with? Why hide among us in the form of Alosha?
You seek to understand the mind of a god. Very well. This is a theater, and I decided I wanted to watch a show about death. That's why I encouraged you to take the events to the stage. I found myself getting quite immersed. I suppose the entertainment you provided makes up for all the trouble you've caused me by being so defiant in the face of death. There.
Can't say I am.
Really? But it fits the stereotypes you humans have about God.
Just moments ago, you were complaining about how infuriatingly complicated your work here has been. Work is work, I get it. There are times when it's a huge pain, but you just have to get it done, right?
That's a rather unique perspective for a human. You are in fact correct. There is a pain point in this case. Due to the obstruction in the theater's ley lines, there is a hard limit on the number of souls they can receive each day, making it impossible for me to ferry all your... Revealing my identity too soon would inevitably have led to futile resistance. And there was a risk that any souls who chose to run... Then there was the issue of the 2 lost souls you called the deceased. The way you resolved that quandary was all part of my design.
That's what I don't understand. If all of us were souls of the dead, what made their presence among us special?
For centuries, they have refused to return to the ley lines, exploiting the issues created by the angel civilization. Centuries of obsession accumulated during this process. You may think of this obsession as the resentment of the dead, and in this quantity, it was a bomb that could have detonated at any moment. It reached the point where I could not afford to leave it unchecked. But the only way to fix it was to help them acknowledge their own deaths, make peace with their regrets, and willingly walk. Only then...
I vaguely remember seeing Patashka, but in the most terrifying form. Was that in a dream?
I see your dreams brought you many revelations. So you see, death in fact grants wisdom to mortals. Souls connect to all things in the world, and see the chain of cause and effect between them. Anyway, giving psychological counseling to lost souls, that is more of an angel. Meanwhile, as both Ish and, of course...
Sounds like you had it all figured out, Grim. I just did the math.
That much is obvious, even to a fool.
It's time to review this whole affair. If the ley lines can only take in 2 people per day, I need to go over the Looking back now, none of us had the faintest idea at the time. From the moment the staff member named Demoff walked into the snowstorm, the incident had already begun. No. Let me... Alosha was the second to walk into the snowstorm after Demoff to investigate. During this process, the ruler of death assumed his identity. During our first night in the theater, everyone was caught up in the novelty of it all. No one could have expected there would be victims the very next morning. Despite all the confusion, and with the help of hindsight, we finally began to realize that something was amiss with the snowstorm. The ley lines devoured Torgov and Sobolova on the first night. Odette and I spoke a lot that night. 3 people were on watch, but in the morning, we discovered that someone had fallen victim all the same. The deaths of cool, unexplainable phenomena. Later, we discovered that there seemed to be an extra person among us, and subsequently discovered the existence of the deceased. Mr. Schramm realized... We thought it was all over. A lot happened today. The fact that there was more than one deceased seemed to bring us back to square one. Odette revealed some information she had been keeping to herself. As it happened, Patashka filled the void left by Micha's return from the ley lines by the girl I thought was Child's sister, Tonya. Vodyanitsa was swallowed. Come to think of it, Patashka was about to walk into the snowstorm, and Renova, unaware that Micha would return, was concerned that her soul would overflow from the ley lines. That's why she used a... Looking back, I suppose that was an early slip-up on her part. No one could have expected anyone who walked into the snowstorm to return. But just after nightfall, Micha returned, bringing crucial information with him. Various truths began to surface, including that all of us were already dead, and that the ruler of death was here among us. Then, after revealing her true form, Renova callously claimed 2 souls. Everyone was already dead by the time we took the photo. And in the days since, we've experienced now. That covers everything.
Your work isn't finished here yet, is it? The Traveler and I are still
The Water Imp's song threw things off a little, but it is of no consequence. The ley lines have already anchored your soul, and the first ray of light tomorrow morning will take you back. I, meanwhile, need to review my attitude towards the...
So, the reunion in the night that Vojanitsa mentioned, I suppose that was never meant to be a permanent reunion.
That just leaves you, Traveler. My power only allows me to temporarily separate your soul from your body. The ley lines of Tevat would not accept you. And your soul is firmly anchored to your body by your will. For a descender like you, who is not bound by Tevat's rules, your death can only be brought through the most violent of means, such as directly destroying either your body or soul. I have no interest in involving myself with Descenders. For now. Although, this may change if Asmodee remains missing, or you insist on interfering with our affairs.
One last question then. All our struggles and sacrifices here, they were meaningless.
Death abides no reason. Besides, what you call sacrifice is merely a concept created to me. It is nothing more than a self-indulgent charade in the face of death. Mere mortals fantasizing...
Grim Reaper, you really know how to get on my nerves.
I'm not here to ingratiate myself with you. I kill merely because your deaths are necessary.
Oh, you've made that quite clear. But humans don't take well to being scorned. Not even by the gods.
This is futile. You must know that you are powerless against me in my own domain. I suggest that you save your strength.
For what? Maybe we can't change anything. But if nothing else, we can at least teach you to have some respect for the dead.
Audacious.
how are you holding up?
What happened?
How much do you...
What do you mean? Is the
Has Odette already forgot? Mitya?
Oh, I'm sorry. I guess I spaced out there for a second. Remind me?
Don't...
Yeah, I remember now, comrade. Looks like we guessed right. Just like me when Odette found me at the Armory Palace, for some reason, everyone killed by the Ruler of Death eventually came back to life. Just with one catch. They forgot what happened while they were dead.
Odette and the others have already forgotten everything. Why were you able to remember this time?
Could this be the reason? You said this is the Ruler of Death's symbol, right?
I don't see anything there.
You don't? Huh. Okay, I guess that makes sense. I carved this into my hand in the afterlife, so it's not... Does that mean I carved this symbol into my soul? What an unsettling thought. Still, at least I get to remember what happened. I suppose it's a blessing in disguise. What about you, though? The Ruler of Death mentioned that you're a descender? Is that why you can remember?
A full explanation would get complicated very quickly, but that's essentially it.
Well then, now that it's all over, let's figure out what we've learned. The first thing I notice is that everything here is precisely as we left it, right before our deaths. This confirms that time passes differently in the afterlife than in the...
They say that right before death, time slows down and your whole life flashes before your eyes.
That must be how you know you have one foot in the afterlife by that point. Anyway, clearly the few days we spend in the afterlife probably only amounted to a few short minutes in the real world. This also aligns with previous reports of widespread temporary memory loss among the Armory Palace personnel. Now it seems likely that those were all brief deaths caused by the Grim Reaper's so-called curse of death. To those unaware of the truth, dying and coming back to life must feel similar to a short bout of catatonia. This leaves me with a couple big questions. What are the conditions that trigger this so-called curse of death? And why are we resurrected after we die?
If nothing else, I think it shows that killing us wasn't her ultimate goal. We still don't know her true reasons for subjecting us to death.
Right. This time only got complicated because of the situation with the theater's ley lines. That's why she had to approach it differently. If the previous incidents of amnesia among the researchers are anything to go by, killing us is usually a pretty routine matter. Come to think of it, wasn't I about to note something down before I died? I can't remember what it was, but I think it was something related to my research project. Sorry, Traveler. I'll catch up with you again later. Right now, I have to make a trip back to the Armory Palace.
Ma'am, if I may, no one of your description has ever shown up in my investigations into Mr. Yet, you two seem very familiar with each other. Could you perhaps tell me where he was in such a rush to get to? And, by the way, have we ever crossed paths? Forgive the presumptuousness, but I feel
I can explain everything. Could you help me?
So, Chuganov really is going to shut down the factory. I guess this theater incident actually did us. So, you said I promised to take you to the... Agreed.